Singapore's looking nice as always. Would love to get the Singapore Grand Prix one day. I was initially meant to go to Singapore last year, but it didn't end up happening. It didn't end up happening, which was unfortunate. It ended up falling through. That would have been really, really nice to go to, but yeah. Anyways, let me just make sure everything's working. Sorry, I know again issues. Just getting used to it all. Yes, we are live. We are live. All right. Boom, 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 boom. All right, cars out on track. Let me get that timer up for you guys. The live timing's working as well. They should be. Yeah, Ricardo's out, so we're good. Whoo! Wow, speaking of Ricardo, first out on track. Could this be his last FP1 session ever in Formula 1? I don't want it to be, man. I do not want Daniel Ricciardo to be out of the sport. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, wait one sec. I got the timer wrong. All right, timer is up. Joe's saying it's too dark already the second he's gone out on track. Interesting. All right, let me catch up on who I missed in chat. Acid Masters, what's up? How you doing today, dude? CM Hill, congrats on VIP. Mr. Cole, what's up? Ted swearing on Sky. Lol, tell me you just heard Ted drop the F-bomb live on tape. Wait, did he? Okay, we're gonna have to watch this in a second. Next ad break, we'll watch it. AV, what's up, dude? Wait, Ted said fuck on live TV. Oh my god, Ted getting fired, dude. Doodle Sneeze, what's up today? They played the wrong clip, really? Wait, so it wasn't Ted's fault. They just played the wrong clip? That's hilarious. Andre, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. And Huda Magic, Palais Back, Cyberspace Cadet, Jessica, Thandisa, VB Tasunk, Wesley, Jonathan, WL Top. Thank you guys all for the offline follows. Oh, okay, so Gasly's come out of the pits. Just pretty much directly straight. Almost crashed into the pit wall. It was an outtake accidentally aired. Oh my god. Okay, I can't wait to watch that. They found an issue on Oscar's car. I think they're finding it now, not FP2. During this morning's pit stop practice, we encountered an issue on the rear left corner of Oscar's car, which we are currently replacing. Oh, okay, so he's going to be delayed into FP1 here. Good Jokes, what's up, everyone? Can we get some claps in chat for Good Jokes? Good Jokes, the latest mod of the stream. I haven't modded someone in ages. I've always just felt like, for me, mods, for my size as a streamer, I feel like I can mod chat pretty good. Like I can read most messages in the chat. It's nice to have a few mods to like get the message I can't see or I miss. Yeah, I don't really mod people too much. It's more like okay, you're a dedicated viewer who's been watching for a very, very long time and helped out the stream, then you get mod. It's not necessarily something where I'm like, I hate having the whole chat as just mods, you know what I mean? Anyways, Good Jokes, been a loyal viewer for like 4 years now, helps me out off stream with a few things here and there, so he's been promoted to mod. Go claps in chat, guys. Claps in chat. As it cuts to Liam Lawson in the garage. Oh, we'll talk about that in a second. Who did you sleep with? Who did I sleep with? No, so we had one of Hannah's friends. He's actually a really big TikToker, YouTuber. He has a podcast. He was staying with us last night because he had an event in London and missed his last train back home. So he stayed with us. I just wanted to meet him and say what's up. Before hopping straight onto the stream. Muskie, what's up? Does anyone watch... does anyone know... I'm curious to see if there's a crossover. Does anyone know the Matt and Lloyd podcast? Anyone watch those guys? Sup, Acid Masters? No, keep the rig cam all stream. No. Bro disappeared for 9 months and still don't have the rig done. No, the rig was done. It just wasn't set up stream-wise. So last night, I set up my game. I set up, got my wheel settings done. Dude, it feels so fucking good. I was playing F124. I didn't do the F1 cars. I just did F2. Actually, I did do one lap of F124, and then the rest was F2. Because I want to hop on the game and play the game properly for the first time today. It's not going to be my first time playing the game technically, but it's technically my first time streaming and playing the game because I haven't looked at anything on the game. I haven't done F1 cars, nothing. Anyways, the one lap I did felt amazing. The F2 cars I did felt amazing. It was so good, man. I can't wait to play F1 later today. F1 24. We've also got Creator Series, our first round of Creator Series. It's going to be good. But yeah, the rig was done. It just wasn't set up for stream, like microphone wires and stuff like that. So yeah, you coming to OzGP next year or year after? I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it to the OzGP next year, just because money wise, time wise. I think I really want to lock in for the 2026 season. I think the 2026 F1 season is gonna be as good, if not better, than 2021. And I feel like missing the first race and going to Australia for a couple weeks right at the start of the season would throw me out of whack again. Not to mention, I just don't have the money. You know, I took 8 months off of streaming, had a really nice break. I don't feel like I want to break. I don't feel like I want to travel. So yeah, I won't be able to make it over for it, unfortunately, as much as I'd love to. A lot of cars coming out, track EV things. They need to get the marbles out. Hey man, how's it going? Feeling Singapore going to be spicy and a shocker? Yes, Rishi, it's going to be a really good weekend, I reckon. Hope you're doing well, dude. Don't want to lose Danny Rick, but also really want Lawson. Yeah, like I've got some, like, obviously whenever there's announcements, especially about things I like, specifically Liam Lawson, I've obviously got like tweet ideas and like post ideas ready for if announcement happens. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like, as much as I want to tweet being like, Liam's in the sport, like, I'm so excited, like, he's been announced, whether it's mid-season or for next year, it sucks for Daniel because I love Daniel, and Daniel's like kind of the person that got me into the sport. You know, if it wasn't for him having the whole of episode 1 and 3 dedicated to him, Drive to Survive, maybe I wouldn't have gotten into the sport, because quite frankly, episode 2 with Alonso and Sainz was boring. So if it wasn't for Daniel and his charisma and everything in episode 1 and 3, who knows, maybe I wouldn't be where I am today. Maybe I would have clicked off the show, never watched Formula 1 again. Penalty Gasly, Visa Cash App livery. Yeah, so Visa Cash App have a special livery for this weekend. It's a jean, like a pair of jeans. It's like a car's put a pair of jeans on, got a zipper. It's really cool. I think far away it gets a bit muddy, it gets a bit messy. Up close, the details are so nice. I believe that's to promote the new Hugo jeans line. So yeah, really cool collaboration, really cool like marketing thing. Yeah, I like it a lot. I do wish it was a bit more easier on the eye from further back, but up close it's sick. Rem, same for the follow on the stream. Bro, Oscar and Lando's helmet are crazy good. What's up, Andrew? Yeah, Lando's is fucking sick. Haven't looked at Piastri yet. Dude, there's so much news to talk about. Yeah, Lando's helmet, so nice. The reason, obviously they do a special helmet for Singapore a lot. They do a special helmet for Singapore. He does a special helmet for Singapore most years. But apparently it's a tease to the new Quadrant rebrand, which I don't know how I feel about that. I think the colors look nice, don't get me wrong, but Quadrant is always green to me. You know what I mean? I think Quadrant branding is very strong. The bold letters with the neon green, so nice. And if they change away from that too much, I think it will be a bit of a miss, but we'll see. Obviously, they've kind of transitioned more into like doing athlete stuff recently, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with the brand and the team and the content moving forward. Is Lemons gone? Lemons is on holiday at the moment, so he kind of only tunes into the stream when he's able to. Not that he has to tune in. It's just more like he's not in chat as much as normal because he's on holiday right now. Lemons will join Ricardo on retirement. If Lawson's contract says he's going to race 5 races, then they should just let Danny step in once again for Abu Dhabi to say goodbye. Yeah, that'd be good. We'll talk about Liam Lawson in a second. Let me just finish catching up on chat. I'm so excited. You're getting a Moser. Oh, nice. I've not really used a Moser. I've only used it once and it broke on me, but that was probably just because it was like a test like model at an event. Now we can do F124 lobbies. Yes, Open lobbies will be returning. 2025 will be better than 2026, you reckon? Oh, sorry, I meant 2025. Fuck, sorry. I keep saying 2026. I keep thinking 2026 is next year. 2025 next year, my bad. As an Aussie, I want Danny gone. Really? What's up, Brad? Welcome to the stream. The live stream I watched from you was... The last live stream I watched from you was the Abu Dhabi GP last year. Oh, well, welcome back to the stream, Rams. Yeah, I haven't really been live since then. I took an 8-month break, moved countries. We're back, though. We were live for Monza. What was last week? Baku, and now Singapore. Why aren't you in the room with Horner and Marco making the signing choice? I know, right? Liam would have been signed 3 years ago if I had that choice. They should have done it for Coda. We got the answer to if an F1 car wore jeans, how would we run? Exactly. No, Albon has the best helmet. I don't think I've seen Albon's helmet this weekend either. Also, at the paddock there is Hyde the Payne Herald. Wait, what? What's your thoughts on Daniel? This being Daniel's last race. We'll talk about that in a second. We've got a long conversation about Daniel and Liam. Quadrant not being lime green will be utter woke nonsense. Yeah, I don't know. I like their new colors, but I feel like Quadrant just really suits green, man. It looks so good. But then again, I know what it's like to have a little refresh. Sometimes it's really nice for the brand. Oh, what's happening to Russell? Oh. It's been ages since I watched a stream from you on a new account. Were you Remy by any chance, Rems? I feel like I remember the name Remy. And Rem sounds familiar. What country were you in before? I used to live in Australia, now I live in London. It was Remy. Oh, nice. Well, welcome back, dude. Good to see you. A lot of photographers outside Piastri's car right now. Red Bull didn't even make it out of Q2 last year. Imagine how bad they're going to be this year. Yeah, well, the thing that's interesting about that is last year was a shambles, right? They couldn't get their car up to speed. It was the only Grand Prix they lost last year. Now their car's even worse, and they're coming to their worst track. But they reckon that Azerbaijan and Singapore, they're going to be pretty... They're not bad. Not great, but just not bad at. They're going to be bringing... They've kind of figured out the setups and how they can like make the car good. I don't expect them to win this weekend. I don't even expect them to get a podium. But I don't expect them to be finishing outside the points pretty much like they did last year. Yeah. And then they're going to be bringing upgrades to Coda in a couple of weeks. So, yeah. You know what time the race is for Brisbane time? So the race starts at 1 p.m. So then it would be 3 hours behind that. So 10 p.m. I think. So they call Magnussen 007. 0.0 points, 0 fucks given, 7 races remaining. Let's go. Shout out Magnussen. The Merc livery looks so good with Russell. Yeah, so okay, let's go through the grid. Let's talk about what's happening. So Merc has a special livery, the Patronus 50 years livery. I like it. It's subtle, but it's really, really nice. Again, it's not really a special livery. It's just a modified livery, but yeah, I do like the Patronus teal, green, whatever you want to call it, a lot. But it kind of still looks like the same car. But I think it's going to get confused for Aston Martin this race. Like, I already get the Aston Martin and the Mercedes mixed up a lot. It's going to get mixed up even more now. Nice to see you back. It was great having someone with similar time zones watching races, but glad you are happy with the move. What's up, Brownie? Yeah, I mean, look, nothing changes on my end. I'll still be live for every single session and live in the mornings. Just live in a different country now. Bayul June, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. What Red Bull will place higher? I think Max should be better at this track than Checo. But then again, Checo's been good in Singapore in the past, so yeah. Mixtape Pluto, what's up, Chris? When's that come out again? Next week, right? Oh, no, is it today? Lando's changed his helmet design again. Wait, really? Maybe it's just a different helmet, different bars. Like, gosh, new FIFA kind of stunky. Input delay galore. Really? What's up, Ando? Yeah, I usually play, if you don't know, I usually play FC or FIFA on release day on the stream. But because it's a Grand Prix weekend this year, which is the first time I think it's released on a Grand Prix weekend, or like on the weekend itself, I'm not able to play it, unfortunately, because obviously today we've got F1 24 and F1 practice, and then tomorrow we got practice and quali, and then Sunday we got the race. So yeah, unfortunately I won't be able to play FIFA on stream for the release day this year, but I'm sure I'll do a couple of like FIFA streams occasionally. I know we're trying to plan some stuff at the moment. I know we're trying to plan some like pro clubs at the moment. We've been meaning to do a pro clubs Red Bull versus Redline for ages, because obviously the Redline guys all play FIFA, all play FC, all play pro clubs, and a lot of the Red Bull Sim Racing team play FC as well. So we wanted to do a Red Bull versus Redline, and we wanted to do it ages ago, but we've just never had the chance. So hopefully we can get around to doing that for the FC25 release. That'll be fun. Oscar's out on track now. Okay, good. Who's not out on track? Ricardo. Ricardo came out for one lap and then came straight back in the pits. Is that not as good as We Don't Trust You? To be honest, really. I wasn't a big fan of those albums. I liked songs off of them, but it was too slow overall for me. So I'm curious to see what Future is like by himself. I mean, to be fair, it's just gonna be those albums without Metro, so probably will be worse. Is this Pierre Gasly's brother? It is not. It is not. Prem Hart's returning this weekend. Maybe. Oh yeah, I didn't even talk about it. We got the Red Bull New York jersey on today. Big shout out to them for sending me, giving me this when I was in New York. Love this kit, man. I love it. Not even biased because it's Red Bull. I love the Red Bull logo though. But the color, the yellow, the green. Oh, it's so clean, man. It's so clean. So I thought I'd wear that today, considering it's the release of FC25. F1 Manager 24 mods are so sucky. I don't know if anyone here plays it, but I modded Hyundai as my creator team. Did you see David Reyes save in the Champions League? I did not. Link in chat. No, also win the Singapore Grand Prix in your opinion. Google Red Bull Leipzig third kit. Is that the red one? Red Bull Leipzig third kit. Ooh. Wait, which one? 2024? Oh, Perez just gone down the runoff. Ooh, I kind of like that. Is it like kind of like greeny bluey one? This is New York. This is not Leipzig or Salzburg. I wish I had a Leipzig shirt. Yeah, that looks nice. Is this one you're talking about? I like that. That's clean. I prefer this kit though. Soz to tell you. Alright. Is it time to talk about Daniel and Liam? I might raise the desk to stand and talk about this. It's time to stand. It's time to get serious. Good jokes. Why aren't you at the Singapore Grand Prix right now, man? Come on. Alright, let me just put my aircon on. Alright, thy aircon is on, thy. Can you ask Max Verstappen next time you see him to send me some street waffle? Oh, I'm sure he's got plenty of time to do that, yeah. Our neighbors at work are very close with Lawson's family. They used to be his pit crew in sprint cars. Oh, nice. When he was a kid. Apparently Lawson is getting the seat after this weekend and full-time next year. But Parallax is just leaking the whole family info right now. Alright, let's talk about it. If you haven't seen, last week there was, so for a few months now, Helmut Marko has been saying, September, you will find out news about Liam Lawson's future. Not sure what that future was. Rumors were that he was going to be let go. Rumors were that he was going to be joining VCARB for 2025. Who is he going to replace? Blah, like you know, it was Perez going to move up, whatever. Sorry, it was Ricciardo going to move up to Red Bull. Then, this week, it came out, Liam Lawson to be announced after Singapore to join VCARB. Okay, fair enough. He's going to join VCARB. The Red Bull seat might go to Daniel at the end of this year. Who knows? Then, yesterday, Ralf Schumacher came out and said, Liam Lawson to replace Daniel Ricciardo from Austin until the end of the season. So after Singapore, this will be Daniel Ricciardo's last race for VCARB. Everyone's like, is that true? That's a bit of bullshit. And then another rumor came out. And then the way Daniel was talking in his interviews, the way Max was talking in his interviews, everything seems like this could be Daniel's last race for VCARB. And I don't know how I feel about that. Because, look, it's very bittersweet for me. I'm an Australian who got into the sport because of Daniel Ricciardo, loves Daniel Ricciardo's attitude. I think Daniel's a top tier driver when he's in a comfortable car. But my favorite driver is Liam Lawson. I grew up in New Zealand, and I want young drivers on the grid, specifically my favorite driver. So I gained something better by losing something, you know, that I like a lot. And it sucks. But anyways, talking about the news itself, I don't know where Ralph Schumacher's fucking got this info from. Like how has he gotten this info? Second off, why would I don't understand how the stuff keeps coming out. Like who leaks this stuff? Like there was rumors that last time there was rumors going around by Liam. Sorry, there was people claimed there was rumors going around that the last time there was rumors about Liam Lawson that he and his team were the ones that leaked it to kind of get the information out there to kind of push the media to like put some pressure on Red Bull to get him the seat. I don't know if that's true or not, but I do think that would be smart from Liam's team to do, considering it was a very stagnant period where he wasn't really doing, where there wasn't much talk about him or him getting the seat. It was like Checo just went down the runoff before. And Colapinto just completely blocked Bottas. That was a sick radio. Okay, so this is what I want to. I want to. Okay, I'm gonna put a poll up in chat. I want to put a poll up in chat so bad. So, what do you think's gonna happen? What will happen? Ricardo retire. Yeah. Liam. Okay, no. I can't even do the poll, man. Okay, I can't fit enough words on the poll. So I want to ask you, okay? Let's imagine Red Bull, for some reason, put Liam in the car for the final 6 races of the season, right? Let's imagine Liam matches or does better than Yuki, okay? What do you think will happen? Do you think, 1, Liam Lawson moves up to Red Bull, Perez retires, and Daniel gets the other VCARB seat? 2, Liam Lawson stays in VCARB. Liam Lawson moves up to Red Bull, Perez goes down to VCARB, and Daniel retires. Liam Lawson stays in VCARB, Yuki moves up to Red Bull, and Daniel gets the VCARB seat. Yuki Tsunoda moves up to Red Bull, Liam Lawson gets the VCARB seat, and Perez moves down to VCARB, and Daniel retires. Or Yuki, Liam at VCARB, Perez, and Max at Red Bull. If Liam matches Yuki or does better than the rest of the season, I don't know what's going to happen, because part of me is like, okay, why are they going to rush Liam into the seat? Why would they put Liam in the seat halfway through a season again and give him 6 races? Is it an evaluation? Is there a contract? Is it to get Daniel out of the sport? Is it to give Daniel time to be able to sort out going to stake? Is it like are they planning, is this their plan to get Checo out after Mexico to put Daniel in for a couple races? Like, what is the plan here? If Liam does well, I don't know what I'd do. If 6 races, if Liam matches or beats Yuki, do they just fast track him to Red Bull like they did with Max many years ago? And if they do that, does Daniel get the VCARB seat or does Perez get it? And if Liam doesn't do well or does okay and they move Yuki up to Red Bull, does Perez get the VCARB seat or does Daniel get it? Like, there's so many possibilities here. I don't know which one they should go with. I don't know which one they will go with. I guess it all depends on results. But, yeah, it's... for a while, it felt like, all right, Perez is out at the end of this year. Daniel's getting into the Red Bull. Now it seems like it's Liam versus Yuki for the Red Bull seat. But then is Daniel staying in VCARB? Because it's just so weird, man. It's so weird. That's what I was about to say. What's up, Jay Anarchy? Yuki will open his restaurant if Liam wipes the floor with them. Both sacked because Yuki is mid. Then we'll get Visa Cash App. Liam threatened to leave, but Marco wanted him. Wanted him so badly. Horner doesn't want Danny to go though. Lawson will get the seat from Austin onwards and all next year. Unknown what will happen to Danny. Personally, I don't think one good result in Baku is going to benefit Perez. Conflict. I know what's going to happen, but don't want it to happen. What did you smoke, bro? No, that's what do you guys? Okay, I know it sounds like a lot of mumbo jumbo out loud, but it's a genuine question though. Like, where does Liam go at the end of this year? Where does Liam go? Where does Yuki go? Where does Daniel go? Where does Perez go? There's 4 drivers who are unknown positions coming into 2025. Pretty sure Liam will be on the grid next year. Daniel likely out of the grid. I think Liam will be on the grid next year, but will it be at Red Bull V-Carb? Because I don't see why they would do this if they're not trying to test him out for the Red Bull seat. But then again, it's just so messy, man. It's so messy. Thomas Noble, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Max Checo at Red Bull, Yuki Liam at V-Carb, in your opinion? What's up, Formula Kareem? Welcome to the stream. I feel like they have to let Daniel drive Coda one last time, though. Pretty fucked to kick him out right before his favorite race. I think Red Bull would not take Yuki. I don't think they like him. Well, they just signed him for another 2 years. It was a year or 2 years, so Yuki's staying. I feel like it's getting Checo out after Mexico and perhaps putting Daniel in. If Perez loses a seat at Red Bull, Checo won't get another seat, in your opinion? I disagree with that. I think Checo is a fantastic driver when he's at a team that he's comfortable with. I can see Checo at stake, 100%. I think Red Bull will go for the last resistance option, which is keeping Checo and Yuki. You forgot what? No one changes until 2025. What I'm confused... You mean 2026? I'm talking about 2025. What I'm confused about is that it was very likely at summer break Daniel Ricciardo was going to go to Red Bull Racing. Now the stories have flipped, even though Daniel Ricciardo has been good for the last few races. Yeah, exactly. I'm so confused. That's why I feel like it's an evaluation period for Liam and a contract obligation rather than a Daniel's doing bad. With Perez not making any points at Baku, he is 100% done at Red Bull. Only question is when he is done. You reckon? I thought so. Okay. My theory on Checo at the moment is Checo had a really good race at Baku, way better than Max. We're coming into a few races that he's strong at, such as Coda, such as Singapore, his home Grand Prix in Mexico. We'll see how he does here. But also they've figured out, okay, Checo was right about the car, which I think is going to be a big help in him staying for next year. But yeah. Perez's contract until... Well, Perez has a contract till 2025, but the way the Red Bull family works is you can move between those teams. You're signed to the Red Bull family, you're not signed to Red Bull Racing. That's how I take it, at least. I think Red Bull prefer Liam more than Yuki. What if Daniel has an absolute banger drive here in Singapore? Exactly. It's funny, as soon as the Red Bull seat opens up, no one wants to stand out other than Yuki, maybe. Just phone up Marco and ask you've got him on speed dial, right? Nope. If Daniel is so good at marketing Magnet, why can't he find a seat elsewhere? Get him off that junior's seat. Yeah. Okay, so let's imagine Liam replaces Daniel for the rest of the year, and Red Bull don't want to swap, put Daniel in the V-Carb. Like, whether Yuki or Liam move up to Red Bull, they don't want to put Daniel in the V-Carb, put him in the Red Bull, whatever. Daniel's done, right? Daniel 100% goes to stake. 100%. If you are stake, Audi, specifically stake, let's not even talk about Audi, right? If you are stake, Sauber, you have the opportunity to have Daniel Ricciardo in your team for 1 year. You're fine, because this will be Stake's final year in Formula 1 next year. Because obviously they're not going to be in the sport after Audi takes over, unless they go and title sponsor another team. If you're Stake, you are pushing the big bucks to get Daniel in that seat. That is amazing for your company. Not to mention, Daniel's a great driver, an experienced driver. I think he'd be very comfortable at Stake and Audi. I think it would be good for him to go there, but yeah. I think the 4-week pause after this we'll see testing in the RB from Yuki, Danny, and Liam. One decent race where he didn't crash doesn't change how much he performs under the constructors. No, I agree. Perez had a good race, but when he can't safe it to the points, he is worth nothing. What about Christian Horner? You got his number? Oh, I gotta stop. RB, Max, and Liam. Red Bull, Max, and Liam. V-Carb, Yuki, and a new F2 driver. That is a crazy one. FW Chaos. I mean, look, knowing what Red Bull's like, I wouldn't be surprised, but that's crazy. If they fast-track Liam to the Red Bull seat, then bin off 2 of their most experienced drivers in Checo and Daniel, and put a brand new F2 driver in the V-Carb, helmet's gone, full dick on the table. If Helmet somehow gets Liam to Red Bull, that's crazy in itself. If he then manages to get fucking Hudger into a seat as well as that, Helmet's whipped it out. 100 will be the next one up. Yeah, I think our Red Bull was Max Liam, V-Carb, UK 100. Damn, you guys really think that? I feel like it's so unlikely. Formula Kareem, J Anarchy, thank you guys for the follows. Imagine they steal Colapinto from Williams and put him in the V-Carb next year, reverse Albon. Well, it's not, it almost what Helmut Marko did with Nick de Vries. Wait, no, he did do it with Nick de Vries. I'm so dumb. Nick was set to go to Williams, and then Helmut was like, hi, Nick. AlphaTauri? Who would it be if it were to be a new F2 driver? Bortoleto or Hudger? Well, Red Bull won't sign Bortoleto. He's not part of the Red Bull Junior program. Stake would sign Bortoleto, and he's in conversations with them. Same with Colapinto. The fact next year we could. There's a world where we have Ollie Behrman at Haas, Kimi Antonelli at Mercedes, Jack Doohan at Alpine, Bortoleto at Stake, Isaac Hudger at V-Carb, and Liam Lawson at Red Bull. That would be great. It's very unlikely, but there's a world that happens. There's a world where Stake goes, we don't want your sloppy seconds, and sign Bortoleto. And there's a world where Red Bull fast-track Liam and go, sorry Checo, sorry Daniel, let's sign a young driver instead. But the main reason I disagree with you guys saying V-Carb will sign a young driver is because of the marketing value. Red Bull goes from having, if they lose Daniel and Perez, it wouldn't happen. I don't even want to have the conversation. Red Bull is not signing 2 young drivers in the same year. They would lose probably the second biggest marketing driver in the sport in Checo, and top 5 in Daniel in the same year to sign Hudger from fucking France, who hasn't got that much marketing value behind him, and Liam Lawson, who is great marketing wise, but is from a small country of New Zealand. They're not signing 2 young drivers over those 2 big dogs. And I know a lot of people are like, who gives a fuck about marketing? It's all about the driving. I agree. But does Hudger bring that much more than Checo and Daniel to warrant the net $30 million loss? I don't think so. And that's where Red Bull will look at that and be like, look, let's put Checo in the V-Carb for a year. We'll bring in some nice Mexican sponsors to V-Carb for a year. Or let's keep Daniel in the V-Carb for another year, whatever it may be. But yeah, I think if I had to take a guess right now, it all depends on the rest of the season. It all depends on this race. It all depends on what they do with Liam after this race. If I had to take a prediction right now, next year is Yuki and Liam at V-Carb, and Daniel and Max at Red Bull. I just have this feeling that this move to put Liam in the seat with 6 races to go is to allow Daniel to do a swap at the end of this year. I don't know why. I think it's just the whole situation with Daniel almost replacing Checo at the summer break makes me feel like that's not just disappeared. That can't just disappear in 2 races. Daniel didn't even have bad races. I feel like that can't just disappear, and I feel like that's still in the back of their mind. And, Mexico will happen, and, if Checo shits the bed, Daniel's going to come in, last 3 races, hop in the Red Bull, and next year he's a Red Bull driver, and just sadly, Checo will be let go on from the team. And, yeah. Then I'd see Checo going to Stake. I think Checo would go to Stake then. I don't think... If you're Stake and you sign Bortoleto over Checo and Daniel, stupid. I'm sorry. I love getting young drivers in the sport. I think Bortoleto is fantastic. But you have the opportunity to sign one of the biggest marketing drivers in the sport who's so experienced. Instead, you sign Bortoleto. And for Stake, they're a marketing team, right? Well, obviously it's Sauber, but Stake sponsoring the team. It's marketing. They're only in the sport for 2 years before Audi comes in. They want Daniel or Checo in the car. And if you're Audi, why would they sign Bortoleto? Audi have said that they want... What's happening here? Bottas being blocked again. if you're Audi, they've literally said it themselves. We don't want young drivers. We want big name drivers on our team. Why would they sign Bortoleto? No, even though I agree Bortoleto has more potential than Daniel and Checo at the moment. If you're Stake, you're signing the two big names, the two big drivers. Speaking of Audi, what do you expect from them performance-wise? I think they're going to turn into the new Aston Martin. I think over the next 3 years, we're going to see them rise up the grid. They won't be a top team for another 5 years, but I reckon we'll see them rise into the midfield. With Binotto, with Jonathan Wheatley, with everyone else who's joined the team. But yeah, I think Andreas Seidel, is that his name? Andreas Seidel? Fucked up at Stake. Thank God that man's gone. That man produced a very inconsistent McLaren and then somehow made Stake shit. Ricciardo's aero kit didn't come off right and damaged the car. Oh, really? So that's why he came back in the pits. Feel like Norris is about to have another Zandvoort-like weekend. Feel like after Baku and all the talk about Piastri being better than Lando, he's def got a flame under him. Oh, absolutely, I agree. I just hope Liam gets a seat. He deserves it more than Daniel. Deserves it more than Daniel? Yes. Does it make sense? I don't know. That's again where marketing plays a big play, right? Like, Liam's potential was up here. Daniel and Checo's potential is down here. Daniel and Checo's experience is up here. Liam's experience is down here. Their pace, we don't know. You know what I mean? Like, because Liam's not on the good, we don't know. And sometimes bringing in $30 million from sponsors can outweigh that decision, where it's like, if we take a risk with Liam and he sucks, we're not getting money. If we take a risk with Daniel or Checo, at least we're getting 30 mil. Audi won't go for young drivers. They need to get this shit off the line. Yeah. I mean, Bottas is gone though. Yeah. Why did Andreas Seidel get so much hype? Because he brought McLaren back to the top of the grid, but he brought them, sorry, not to the top of the grid. He brought them into 4th position on the grid. He brought them back to that kind of like best of the midfield slot, but then did nothing with it afterwards. When was the last time Liam did a test session, private or otherwise? It was a private one at Imola a couple weeks ago, wasn't it? I feel like I'm the only person that really likes the kick livery. Might be. I think I like how it stands out, but I'm not a big fan of the livery personally. Okay, let's do some polls then, because this is very interesting. Who will be at Red Bull with Max in 2025? Perez, Ricciardo, Tsunoda, Lawson. Now, this is under the assumption Liam comes in with 6 races to go and does well, right? So then they're all on an even playing field of like, they can all be good in the Red Bull, but we don't actually know. Sup, Shiki Motorski on the stream. Sup, Janice. So I was so delayed to YouTube chat. My auntie was in the YouTube stream for like 20 minutes. I didn't even realize. Imagine Max goes to Merc. Sup, the expert. I'm saying Max gets dropped. Max gets dropped, this guy. Wow, that's a really tight poll other than Yuki. That's crazy, man. That is fucking crazy. You're telling me, like, no one has a wrong opinion. Because I didn't vote for Yuki either. But no one thinks the best driver of the 4 right now, like right now in current form, the best driver of the 4 is going to get the Red Bull seat next year. That's crazy. How has this happened to Yuki? I think this goes to show how Yuki's absolute stinkers for 3 years, like 3 years of stinking up the grid. Well, technically 2 years plus half of last year. Kind of just set that mindset on people like he's a bit inconsistent. He hasn't got the right attitude. If it was based off pure performance on who gets the seed, I'd say Yuki. Do this poll at the start of the season. Recency bias as well. Her, want, and think are different. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I want Liam in the fucking Red Bull, but it doesn't mean I think he will. Oh man, if Liam goes to Red Bull, holy shit. Oh, might be #1 Liam Lawson fan. Oh my fucking nose, dude. Drive to Survive gave Yuki a bad rep. Oh, I wouldn't word it like that. I'd say Yuki gave himself his own bad rep in Drive to Survive. You can't go into engineering meetings and yawn and not give a fuck, and then actively say I hate training and I don't want to train. Like, Drive to Survive aren't painting him badly; they're just showing the real picture. Lando looks really quick. We're on an ad right now. Oh, let's have a listen. While we're on an ad, let's have a listen to Ted swearing. Can someone link it again? Someone link Ted swearing again, please. Alright, poll's done. So 41% of people agree with me and think Ricciardo will go to Red Bull next year. 38% say Perez, 21% say Liam. That's crazy. Alright, so then let's do a poll. Keeping that vote in mind, who will get the V-Carb seat along with Yuki? Wait, actually, what will V-Carb's 2025 lineup be? So it'll be Lawson and Sonoda. Sonoda and Ricciardo. Sonoda and Perez. What's the other option? If Perez stays at Red Bull, Lawson, Sonoda, if Perez name goes up. If Yuki goes up, then it'll be Lawson and Ricciardo, or Lawson and Perez. I think I've got them all. Oh, I didn't do Ricciardo and Lawson. Wait, no, I have. Alright, new polls up. What will V-Carb's 2025 lineup be? Actually, yeah, to be fair, if whether it's Ricciardo or Perez at Red Bull, it would probably just end up being Lawson. It's, okay, well that fucking poll's done. Why did I even bother, man? Why did I even bother? Let's have a look at this TED clip. So apparently Ted just swore. Top 5 Sky pundits who swore.
Top and second flap on the outside. Not only does that add rear front downforce at that point on the front wing, but it also improves the. Sorry.
Oh, I was saying that loud.
Sorry. Improves the. Sorry.
Oh, fucking hell, sorry. Poor man's got done up. For context, this was just before Quali went live. They accidentally played a outtake rather than the actual take on the broadcast. Someone must have got mixed up. Sup, Reese WS. No Yuki fans on chat. Damn, Rick is 100% chance of RB. So it's highly unlikely Lawson goes straight to Red Bull, right? Sup, Aft. We probably would have forgotten Lawson/Ricciardo lineup this year. We probably would have gotten Lawson/Ricciardo lineup this year in V-Carb, but Honda stepped in for him when Red Bull was taking their time to make the decision. Yeah, true. If only they replaced Denny mid-season, he can't return to any RB team. If they replace Denny mid-season, he can't return to any RB team. Well, he can go to Red Bull at the end of the year for 2025. Gonna do a poo now, dude. I'm busting for a poo. Oh my god, I just had caffeine. Ooh. Rizzler. Shikimoto Sky. Thank you guys for the follows. Alright, yeah, that poll was silly. Why don't I even do that poll? Sorry, I keep missing YouTube chat. Sainz was the right guy for the seat, but they can't do that now. You reckon Sainz was the right seat for the Red Bull? Ooh. I don't know. Maybe he was, but maybe you just end up having another Checo problem where Sainz just goes to Red Bull and can't keep up, and then it's like, oh, what the fuck? Like, but Red Bull can't look at current day anymore. Red Bull can't look, quite frankly, with with Jonathan Wheatley leaving, Adrian Newey leaving, and Max looking to leave. You cannot look at, all right, we need to get Carlos Sainz in for a couple years. No. You're looking for the next driver. You're looking for the next Max Verstappen. You're looking for the next Charles Leclerc to come into your team and build with the team for a couple years into the future for the next 5, 6, 7 years, right? Because, yeah, you can do what the back market teams do and swap out drivers every 2 years, but that's not what top teams do. Max has been at Red Bull for 8 years, 8 seasons. Leclerc's been at Ferrari now for like 6. Lewis has obviously been at Mercedes his whole fucking life, and now Russell's coming into his 3rd, 4th year, whatever it is. Lando's been at McLaren for fucking ages. You can't just put a driver in the car and be like, if he does, you know, like if Sainz does well, cool, we'll keep him. If not, doesn't matter. But Sainz is going to be like 50 years old soon. They have to invest in Yuki, Hadja, or Liam to be that next driver. And the thing is, I don't get why Liam's been wasting so much time, has had so much time wasted on him. That man, one DTM. That man, pretty much one DTM, didn't get the seat. Okay, fair enough. Yuki got the seat. Not too mad about that. Was that the same year Yuki got the seat? I can't remember now. No. Yeah, Yuki got the seat. Yuki was already in the sport. No, the year after. Yeah, that was it. So, the year after Liam won DTM, they decided to keep Yuki, even though Liam just won DTM, beat Albon, and Yuki was sucking. So then they binned Liam off. Then he waited another year, and then they put Nick de Vries in the car. Then they put fucking Daniel in the car. And it's just been... Liam's always been the second man for that seat. If he had been in that seat 3 years ago, 2 years ago, a year ago... he would have so much more experience. Now he's coming into the sport on equal playing field with a 18-year-old Kimi Antonelli. Liam's 22 years old. He'll be 23 next year. And he'll be up against a 18-year-old Kimi Antonelli, an 18-year-old Ollie Behrman, and a however old Jack Doohan. When he should be on the same par, if not even more experienced than Oscar Piastri. You know what I mean? To think he should have been in the sport before Oscar Piastri, if not... very least at the same time as Piastri. Now he's 2 years behind them. And if they had started developing Liam earlier, he could be in that Red Bull seat right now, competing alongside Max, and hopefully winning them the Constructors' Championship. But no. They just fiddled around too much. And look, this is a prime example of... this is a prime example of where you let marketing power take over... long-term success. Don't get me wrong. At the time, it makes sense to sign Daniel. It makes sense to sign Checo because... it makes sense to keep Checo at Red Bull Racing. It makes sense to keep put Daniel at VCARB because of the marketing power, because of the experience that they bring to the team. In the long term, they've binned off this young up-and-coming driver, and now they've got no one actually properly, easily capable of driving that Red Bull seat. They have to take a punt. They take a punt with Daniel and he sucks. Well, fuck. Now what? They take a punt with Yuki and he crashes and can't handle the mentality. Then what? They take a punt with Checo for another year. Then what? They don't have a easy option like they used to have, where it's like, all right, we're putting Gasly in the car. I mean, not that Gasly did well in Red Bull, but you know what I mean. It was easy to be like, all right, it's Gasly's turn in the Red Bull. Checo makes sense for the Red Bull. They've ran out of easy options now. They don't know what to do. Yuki's a Honda driver, though. He's 24 and haven't been improving that much these past years. I mean, he's been improving, but his first couple years were tragic. That's more Red Bull's fault of how they decided where Liam should have been. Yeah, the problem is Red Bull has too many juniors, too big of a junior program. Well, they've culled it back. The problem is Liam being backlogged has backlogged Iwasa. He's never getting in the sport. And now Hudja is pretty much going to have to jump Iwasa in the line because otherwise they're going to backlog their junior program forever. And now you've got Arvid Lindblad, who was so good at F3 this year, and now coming into F2. It's like, let's imagine Arvid wins F2 next year, right? He does he wins in his rookie year, like we've seen some drivers do before. Then what? Then what? Then what are they gonna do? They're gonna bid off Liam, or they're just gonna keep a driver who wins the. I don't know. It's whack, man. It's whack. If only his dad was a team owner. Well, funny you say that. Not really, but Roden is a New Zealand-based company, one of the richest men in the world. It got a big Saudi investment. And Roden sponsor Liam. It's his main sponsor. It's his biggest sponsor. Roden put in an offer with High-Tech to buy... Sorry, no, High-Tech got Saudi money, and Roden and High-Tech are partnered. That's what I was meant to say. So you've got one of the richest men in the world, one of the, if not the richest man in New Zealand, I think, one of the richest men in New Zealand. Then you've got Saudi money. High-Tech, Roden, combined, put in a bid to get an F1 team. But obviously, F1 have gone, we don't want an 11th team, especially a team that isn't like an Andretti or a Porsche or something like that. It's just like two like small brands, I guess you could say. Yeah. So I just got distracted by Crofty screaming. Anyways, what I was going to say was, in reference to he wish he had dad's money, there's a world where, you know, Roden would have been able to get a team on the grid, but if that happens, it would take like minimum 5 years, so nope. They haven't really covered it though, like 2 F2 drivers left it after the last year, and then a few younger ones got cut, but still too many. Red Bull hasn't cared about the junior program since they signed Perez. Pepe Marty's still there as well. Yeah, Pepe's good. He's got very unlucky this year. Can we look at the Red Bull juniors at the moment? Yeah, we'll have a look on Wikipedia after this. Remind me. Is there only Arvid, Pepe, Isaac, Lawson, and Wasa? So out of F1 is Liam and Awasa. Technically, Liam's not a part of the junior program anymore. He's now a reserve for VCarb and Red Bull Racing. So he's actually made the step up out of the program. But yeah, that's also just because he doesn't race. Then Awasa's in Super Formula, but that ends at the end of this year. Then we've got Hudja, Pepe Marty, and one other in F2. No, that's it. And then F3, you've got, yeah, Ollie Goethe, who kind of struggled in F2 last week. Lindblad, who's been killing in F3. And then, yeah, Tim Tramitz. They binned off Casper something mid-season. And obviously they let Enzo Fittipaldi and Sebastian Montoya go at the end of this year. But they're still sponsored by Red Bull, the energy drink, but they're not a part of the junior program. And then, yeah, they've been signing a lot of karting drivers. I don't know if it's a new thing. But it's the first time I've heard of it. Maybe it is a new thing. They've got this thing called Red Bull Search. So there's the junior team, which is like, you're a part of the junior team. That's F3, F2, going into F1, right? Now they've got a thing called Red Bull Search. Or maybe it's always been a thing, but I've only just heard of it now. Where it's a different program just to sign karting people. So like, to sign really young people in karting. And then you can move from Red Bull Search up to Red Bull Junior. First time I've ever heard of it. And I like that. I like that. It kind of separates the junior team from the amateur, like, rookie, like, we're just giving you money to hopefully maybe one day you'll get somewhere. Because, yeah, it can get really, like, messy sometimes when you're a part of the junior team, but you're, like, levels and levels and levels below a driver like Liam Lawson or Awasa. They just signed Rocco Cornell. He's getting a seat just by sponsors. Oh, Hauger isn't with anyone. Yeah, Hauger's not with anyone. Trading. Oh, they lost Maloney as well. They lost Maloney. They lost Hauger. They lost Crawford. I think Crawford was fine, but and Hauger as well. I think it was a big loss losing Maloney, to be honest. Who else did they lose? I think that's it. Who's the favorite to win P1? Ooh, this weekend? I feel like Leclerc's probably favored again this weekend just because street circuit. Ferrari's always been good in Singapore. I'd probably put my money on Leclerc if I had to bet right now, but we'll have to see how FP2 and FP3 play out. What's up, AB Tyler? Sorry for the late response. Honest question, why aren't Porsche getting looked at? That's two F2, non-F2 champions that aren't getting a seat. I don't know, man. Porsche, just wrong place, wrong time. Similar to Nick DeVries, really. To be fair, he went off to IndyCar, and from what I gathered, kind of sucked in IndyCar, right? So showed he wasn't really adaptable. Good at adapting, I should say. Jared Deruva, I think Red Bull also lost him. Yeah, I mean, there's a difference between Red Bull losing someone and them actually making the right decision. I don't think them investing in Deruva was that great. Inchadam, what's up, dude? Yeah, Dragovic as well. Yeah, so there's about to be 3 F2 drivers not in the sport. I would also include Nick DeVries. I would say Nick DeVries, Porsche, Dragovic, and probably soon to be Bortoleto. All champions not getting a seat in F1. The reason why I say Nick DeVries is because it took so long for him to get into the sport, and the only reason he got into the sport was because AlphaTauri, for some reason, made him an offer after one fill-in race. And if it wasn't for that fill-in race, he was never getting on the grid. Colapinto track dominance could bore fans. I feel like I've been non-stop talking today about Daniel and Liam. Guys, I really need to poo, but I don't want to leave the stream. Hydra about to get robbed. No red flags. I'm kind of surprised by that. Yeah, especially in FP1. Go poop upon him, my dear. No, we'll go after the session ends. We got 3 minutes. In Porsche's defense, he was in the hot potato McLaren seat. Yeah, true. New haircut? I got a haircut last week, 2 weeks ago. DeVries got a chance in F1, just didn't do well. Yeah, no, exactly. I think Nick DeVries had the perfect amount of time. I understand it's hard, but I don't think people realize, like, yes, DeVries was a rookie to F1. Wow, Lewis is complaining again about the setup. He's not happy at all with his car. I feel like it's starting to get to his head. I feel like he really thinks that they're favoring Russell, which they have all the right to do, but because Lewis is leaving next year. But I feel like it's partly Lewis, to be honest. Dear Bam, thank you for the follow. Not thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream, dude. Need a $5 sponsorship. What was it? What was this? The message I was replying to before I got distracted. And Perez still struggling with lockups. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. DeVries. Some people are like, oh man, he only got half a season. That's not enough time. It is. When you're 27 years old, you've been racing your whole life, you've been in Formula E, you're a Formula E champion, you come into F1 and you have a good first race, your goal is to come in and to deliver straight away. Not be the next Max Verstappen, but just to get points. No, he wasn't. He was nowhere near Yuki, who wasn't that great at the time. He was crashing. That's plenty of time. The fact that Yuki got re-signed another year. Look, Yuki has grown on me now, especially after meeting him in real life. I think he's a really nice guy. But in terms of on-track performance, he struggled for those first 2 years. And I didn't like his attitude at all. It's definitely improved. Yuki has definitely grown on me. I think he deserves to be in the sport now. I think his attitude does deserve to be in the sport now. But those first 2 years, he was very, very underwhelming. And the fact he got re-signed, not just 1, not just 2, but 3 years, is crazy to me. And he's very lucky because he did develop into something. But like Logan Sargent getting a second year, bullshit. Zhou getting a second year, bullshit. And it just sucks now because you've got drivers like Piastri in his first year killing it. You've got Liam Lawson in 5 test races doing amazing. You've got Colapinto now, 2 races doing amazing. Meanwhile, there's these drivers who 2 seasons can't drive the car. If Colapinto can drive the car in 2 races, if Liam can drive the car in 5 races, if Oscar Piastri can almost win a race, no, he did win a race in his, or the sprint race in his first year, why are drivers like Zhou and Logan getting more than 1 year? It just doesn't make sense. What do you think about the crash in the last race? Will this affect his future in Red Bull? You're talking about Perez? I think anyone with the right mind can look at that crash and realize, look, that wasn't Checo's fault. It was a racing incident at worst. It was a racing incident. He definitely probably could have avoided it, but at the end of the day, the fact that Checo was even fighting for a podium and outclassing Max like that is amazing. But again, it is only just 1 race. But yeah, I don't think it's going to affect his future because I think Checo knows, I think the team know, his performance was great and that crash had nothing to do with him. It was just unlucky. But we got to see if he's up to speed. And right now, he's not looking up to speed. He's 7/10 off Max, and he's been struggling the whole session. Yuki has always made it so clear, too, that being a world champion was never his goal, which is fair, but being so open about it, just wanting to open a restaurant always rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know if that's true. Yuki wants to open a restaurant. That's like a little side hobby or like whatever of his. But I don't think Yuki's ever said he doesn't want to be world champion. The only 2 things that have rubbed me the wrong way mentality-wise from Yuki personally, one is in Drive to Survive, you could see his attitude when it came to training. You could tell Yuki just liked driving cars fast and being in Formula 1. He didn't like the aspect of trying to be the best, trying to be the world champion, trying to practice, trying to get every millimeter, every millisecond out of the sport. And that rubbed me the wrong way. The other thing that rubbed me the wrong way was Yuki. And look, everyone's different. Don't get me wrong. Everyone's different. But the difference between George Russell, Michael Schumacher, Max Verstappen, and Yuki Tsunoda is one group of people watch the sport. They obsess over Formula 1. They obsess over motorsport. They love it. It's like, you know, if they didn't have motorsport, what would they be doing with themselves right now? And then you've got Yuki Tsunoda, who's like, oh, I don't watch Formula 1. I just like driving karts. And like, look, there's no problem with that. You don't have to be a fan of something to be in it. But like, you know, like imagine I streamed on Twitch, but I never watched a Twitch stream before. Like, my brain can't wrap my head around that. Like, how would I know how to stream if I didn't have streamers I looked up to or learnt how to stream or whatever? Imagine I just went live and streamed. Like that can be good because you just do your own thing. But it's so important to be like passionate about something and like, you know, motivate yourself on a bigger picture than just, oh, I like driving cars fast. And that's probably the only thing that's like rubbed me the wrong way really about Yuki. But again, that was his attitude 2-3 years ago. It's changed a lot now. I truly believe Southern will be back in F1 one day. Really? Logan was somewhat quick. Are we talking about the same Logan Sargent? That man was nowhere near Albon. He got out-qualified by Albon 24 times, or whatever it was, 48 times. What's up, Spider? How's everyone? I'm not gonna lie, we spent probably half the session talking about Daniel, Liam, V-Carb, Perez, Red Bull. Yeah, I'm gonna look at the timings in a second. He did get out qualified, but he wasn't necessarily off the pace. I disagree, man. He was slow. What can we expect from Sainz in the Williams next year? I don't know. It's weird. I feel like part of me feels like Sainz could come in and dominate Albon because of how Albon's kind of been getting not shown up, but shown. Okay, maybe Albon's not as good as we think. Maybe Logan and Latifi were just terrible. Because Franco's came in the car and is doing really well. Part of me feels like Albon is like the main guy of that team, and I just can't see a world where Sainz is on the pace. But I don't know. I think at the end of the day, we're kind of 50-50. He's not Zhou slow though. I think Zhou is quicker than Logan. Zhou in his first season wasn't amazing, but he was beating Bottas some races. Logan never beat Albon. Coolin will get a seat before Sargent. Okay. Zhou should have lost his seat earlier than Logan, in my opinion. At least Logan used to try going fast and crash. I don't think Logan was trying to go fast and crash. I think Logan just was bad and crashed. I think there's a difference between Charles Leclerc and Franco Colapinto in the last couple races. Or Kimi Antonelli, for instance, who it's like, they are going quick, and they are quick, and they crash. And Logan Sargent, on his first lap in practice, dawdling around the track, not even setting a fast sector, and then goes off track and crashes. All right, Charles Leclerc tops it. Lando P2, Sainz P3, Max P4, Yuki P5. Piastri, Ricciardo. Damn, the V-Carbs look good. What the fuck? Albon, Alonso, Ocon, Colapinto, Hamilton, Gasly, Perez, Stroll, Russell. Wow, Mercedes is way down. Okay, so the surprise of the session have to be V-Carb. Disappointment of the session has to be Mercedes. V-Carb's interesting because obviously last year, V-Carb were decent here. V-Carb were decent here. You know, Liam made it to Q3, knocked out both Red Bulls. Maybe the V-Carb just is set up nicely or has is built around a track like Singapore. I don't know. Yeah, and Yuki did that on the mediums as well, so we'll have to see how that plays out. Dear Bam, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. And George, thank you so much for, what do you call on YouTube? Becoming a member? Subscribing? George, Off Edge, thank you so much for becoming a member on YouTube. I think it's the first time someone's ever became a member while I'm live on YouTube. So I appreciate it, dude. First ever live member of the stream. I've had 2 people become members on YouTube from videos, but I've never had someone become a member from a live stream. So George, first one, let's go. Thank you, dude. Thank you. I appreciate it. Anyway, speaking of YouTube, guys, that is it for the YouTube stream. That wraps up FP1. We're going to continue the stream over on Twitch, so be sure to join us. The link is in chat right now. Come over to Twitch. We'll be live. We're going to be watching some YouTube videos discussing all the news that's happened over the last week, and just chill for 2 hours while we wait for FP3. I'll then be live back on YouTube again for FP3. So yeah, feel free to come back later or come over to Twitch and stick around for the 2 hours in between sessions. But yeah, see you guys shortly.